Blessings, brothers and sisters. Peace and blessings, brothers and sisters. It's the Heathen Report coming at you once again. Check this story out right here. It's tripped out. I seen this guy too before. I watched some of his interviews, going back maybe 25 years. Because like I told you, I was headed to my partner's house, and I saw a chemtrail in the sky, and I looked up at the chemtrail and was trying to see where the jet was, and lo and behold, a UFO flew across, and looked at it. It was flying slow, no windows, no propellers, and it was shaped like an upside down acorn. Uh, Beautiful specimen, beautiful. It was chrome, silverish chrome, and just flying, and it was going the same direction I was going in. So I watched it for like 7 to 10 minutes. But anyway, that got me into the possibility of non-terrestrial animals, entities, UFOs, if you will. So let's read about this guy. Uh, it says, I communicated with non-human intelligence, and what they told me proves God's existence. Okay. Resurface military interview presents extraordinary claims about extraterrestrial intelligence. The scientific confirmation of a single creator and technology that may blur the boundary between life and death. The account came from Clifford Stone. That is his name, Clifford Stone. He used to be with a team that retrieved crashed spaceships and alien bodies and stuff. Anyway, Clifford Stone, a longtime U.S. Army sergeant who, over the course of his life, alleged direct involvement in classified encounters with non human intelligence during his military service. Clifford Stone, I remember, dude. Until his death in 2021, rest in peace. May the Most High have mercy on your soul. I don't know how his life was behind the camera, but hell, yeah, I believe hell is hot, and that lake of fire ain't no joke. Weeping the national teeth. So yeah, may the Most High have mercy on your soul. Until his death in 2021, Stone consistently maintained that his claims were rooted in first-hand encounters rather than speculations, describing them as experience that had permanently changed his understanding of religion, mortality, and humanity's place in the universe. According to Stone, some of those encounters involved the telepathic communication with an extraterrestrial entity he describes as calm, curious, and technologically advanced. He said the being, which he called Corona, expressed interest in human belief systems and conveyed information that, if true, would upend long-standing debates about the relationship between science and faith. Let's continue reading this joint. Uh, Stone claimed that Corona civilization had reached what it considered a scientific conclusion about the existence of a creator, not as a matter of belief, but as a empirically established reality. Skip that ad, see what that is. The most convincing proof of alien life to date. I don't know if y'all can hear that. I don't want to listen to him. Let's keep reading. Scholars of religion and philosophy have long debated whether scientific inquiry can ever address metaphysical questions such as the existence of God. They throwing them big ass words up in here, man. What up, player? I can read that. 90% of them. But anyway, Stone claimed that belief in a singular creator is no longer a faith-based idea, and argued that science from advanced intelligence now support the existence of what many people call God. According to the Bible, first commandment is thou shalt only have me as your God. You shall not worship no other gods. So that lets me know that there must be, some lower God. So I don't like to call him God. I like to call him the Most High God, if you will, the great and powerful, the Almighty. But anyway, Stone further alleged that this same intelligence possessed technology capable of facilitating communication between the living and the dead. Wow. Though he stressed that such interactions were tightly constrained. Really. They even have the means to communicate with their loved ones. It's not some parlor trick, he claimed. They really have the means to do it, but there are forbidden questions that you can't ask about what happens after death. Hmm, that's interesting. The restriction Stone claimed was not presented as a technical limitation, but as an enforced boundary, one that prevented deeper inquiry into the nature of death itself. He suggested that certain knowledge may either be dangerous, destabilizing, or simply inaccessible to human understanding at this stage of development. Beyond theology and mortality, Stone made one of his most controversial assertions. He claimed that non human beings are not distant visitors, but active observers already present on earth. Now, the book of Enoch called them watchers and the sons of God, where they would be stationary around the earth and just monitored humans, almost like scientists, if you will, monitoring our actions and jotting down what we do. Maybe some probably to present to the accuser, which we'll call Satan. He's the one that accuses us of our sins to the Most High. And some would just call them, the good angels that jot us down what we do and stuff like that. Um, but anyway, where am I at? Maybe it's most controversial. He claimed they move quietly among humans. I believe that studying behavior, emotion, and belief in an effort to better understand the species. I don't know if it's to better understand. They've been around a long time. I think they do understand us. I think they know we act differently, just like they probably act differently. I think they know we have free will, just like they got free will. You can call me a lie and say humans are the only ones with free will. Well, look, if I see an animal, a mother cat, and she with her kittens, and it's a big dog coming, the mother cat she could do the fight or flight thing. She could flee and get away and live to see another day, or she can sit there and fight and protect her kids. And a lot of times she sits there and fights and protects her kids even if it means death. So, besides that, yeah, you can say that the angels don't have choices, but the angels do have choices. If they didn't, Satan wouldn't be an outcast, and one third of the angels wouldn't be an outcast. They would all be in harmony with the other two thirds of the angels. So, yeah, everybody has their own decisions. Let's see. Stone did not explain how such beings might conceal themselves, nor did he provide physical evidence to support the claim. He framed the idea instead as a long term observational effort, similar to the anthropological fieldwork conducted by a more advanced civilization. He was born on January 2nd, 1949, in Portsmouth, Ohio. Stone joined the U.S. Army in 1969. His official military record lists his primary role as an administrative and legal specialist, a position he held while serving for more than 2 decades. Over time, however, Stone asserted that his duties extended far beyond clerical work. I believe that. He claimed he was quietly reassigned to classified recovery operations involving unidentified craft and, in some cases, non human biological entities. These assertions have never been independently verified. The Department of Defense has never confirmed Stone's involvement in any program related to extraterrestrial recovery or communication, and no declassified documents substantiate his account. Nigga, I know they ain't gonna do that. They don't want us to know that. Well, they still call them aliens. I think that they are fallen angels, if you will. And there's different types of fallen angels too, or aliens, if you will. With ranking, the higher, each ranking is almost like the military. With each ranking, like the different layers of heaven. With each layer, there's the entities in that layer looks different from the layer above it and from the layer below it. So, and with each layer or realm of the I don't know if you want to call it dimension or heaven, the higher up you go, the more powerful those beings are. So, um, let's keep it going. Critics have long pointed out this absence of evidence, noting that extraordinary claims demands extraordinary proof. Still, Stone remained steadfast throughout the interview, presenting his experiences as factual rather than speculative. He frequently cited his military services as a basis for credibility and insists that his silence during active duty was enforced by security protocols rather than lack of evidence. During his lifetime, Stone became a recognizable figure with UFO research circles, where supporters viewed him as an insider willing to speak openly after years of silence. Skeptics, by contrast, argued that his claims relied too heavily on personal testimony and unverifiable experiences. I can feel that right there because you know, I base my observation, my answers off of the scriptures. So, and in the scriptures it says that two or three witnesses make a matter established. So I can understand people not wanting to believe them. Um, the renewed attention surrounding Stone's interview arrives amid heightened public interest in unidentified aerial phenomena. It follows recent acknowledgments by U.S. government agencies that that objects of unknown origins have been tracked performing maneuvers beyond known human technology. Though the government has stopped short of attributing them to extraterrestrial intelligence, that shifting landscape has prompted renewed scrutiny of his historical testimonies that were once dismissed outright, including Stone's for some, including Stone's. For some, his account now appears less fringe. For others, it remains firmly outside the boundaries of evidence based inquiry. Whether interpreted as testimony, belief, or speculation, Stone's claims occupy a volatile space where science, religion, and the unknown intersect. His account challenges controversial frameworks by suggesting that humanity's most profound questions about God, death, and existence itself may already have answered that lie beyond current human comprehension. What remains unresolved is whether those answers exist only in belief or if they are awaiting, as Stone claimed, yes, as Stone claimed, just beyond the limits of what humanity is allowed to know. That's interesting right there. 7,000-year-old mummies that don't share human DNA. That's something we might need to check out. But anyway, y'all tell me what y'all think. Clifford Stone. I'm actually thinking about playing one of his interviews. Maybe his interview with Project Camelot. I'm thinking about doing that. I don't know, but y'all tell me what y'all think. Like, subscribe, and share. It's the Heathen Report, and I'm out.